Okay, so now I want to talk about this whole idea of walking the cat back. How do we look at a website and try to understand exactly where it's buying its links from or where it's getting its links from? Some of those may be bought and some of those may just be organically developed. You know, the thing is, a lot of times people think that buying links is for spammy websites or niche AdSense websites, and it's not. You know, look at this site, this sobriety home site. This is the definition of a white hat site. This is a real business in Canada. They provide alcohol and rehabilitation services. It's an outpatient service. And you can go there and you can speak to their counselors. They're members of all the various psychological associations inside of Canada. But if we look at their link profile, what we see is that sobriety.ca is ranking for a whole set of terms associated with alcohol rehab and drug rehab in Canada. But here we go. They bought a link on bestofjoomla.com. They bought a link on howeverythingworks.com. And you can actually go through the SEO Moz Open Site Explorer. They're at opensiteexplorer.org. You can go through, just type in the URL that you're interested in, and you can see where they're getting their links from. Now, without a membership, you won't be able to see everywhere they get a link from. But I'm signed in right now on the free tier, and you can see where they're getting their links from and where they're buying their links. Sometimes there'll be, very topical links that they've naturally developed, but you'll find things that are kind of obvious about where they're buying their links. In this case, Best of Joomla and How Everything Works. And in fact, we can check if we look at howeverythingworks.org and we look at the sites of interest. Indeed, alcohol and drug rehab has a link to sobriety, sobriety.ca. Now, the thing is, it's actually rare for someone to actually only buy one paid link. It's just like diet books. How many diet books does a woman buy? She doesn't buy one. She buys 2, she buys 3, she buys 10, she buys 20. In her lifetime, she might buy 100 diet books. Same goes for a guy buying a how to lose weight or how to get fit or how to get muscles book. Once you are interested in the topic, you tend to buy more and more things because they all add up and deliver some level of perceived value to you. And it's no different with buying paid links. If we go over to this donation site, xchat.org, and we look at their donation link, we see a link to a company like Hand Specialist. This is the Hand and Wrist Institute. I'm going to copy this URL. And remember what I said. Most likely, if the Hand and Wrist Institute is not just putting a link on this xchat.org site, let's go in and see where their links are coming from. So we can scroll up, paste it in here, clean up the URL a little bit. And now when we search, there we go. We're going to get a list of everywhere they are getting links from. And lo and behold, here's what we see. We see weblogs.us. You can actually buy a link. I won't go there, but you can buy a link on weblogs.us. Newsboardunclassified.de, a German site. They're putting a link up, whether it's bought or not, I don't know, on this unclassified news board. NetBSD. We talked about NetBSD before. This was an organization that makes an operating system called NetBSD. They're on their donations page. XChat, that was the one where we found them from. So xchat.org/donate. So the idea here is people that buy links don't just buy a link on one website. So once you see a list, it doesn't matter what kind of website it is, once you see a list that has links that are clearly for sale or clearly that have been put up, you can just go to Open Site Explorers and now you can start to find out and walk the cat back. You can start to find out where exactly are they getting their links. This Hand and Wrist Institute is doing a lot of stuff on PR Web. They did some articles on Yahoo Voices. They're buying some links. They also have a link here at the WinSCP donate site. This happens to be a no-follow link, but that's fine. It still provides some level of authority back to you. So walking the cat back has everything to do with figuring out where a competing website for a keyword that you want to rank for is actually getting its links. So the summary message here is, as you surf the net, you want to look for sites that offer donations, you want to look for sites that offer paid links, and when you find a competitor, you want to go to the Open Site Explorer, enter their URL in, and start to walk the cat back to find out where they're buying their links.